Let's welcome to another session. My name is B. Revati, working as biological science in KGBV PTM. Today, I am going to discuss about 9th class first lesson, cell, its structure and functions. Okay. In this lesson, we will discuss about some important topics. They are to understand importance of cell, typical cell, cell membrane or plasma membrane, next cell walls, next structure of nucleus and uses, next cytoplasm, next about elaborate important of cell organelles and also explain the origin of cells. Okay. Before entering into the chapter, what you have learned in previous classes. Before entering into the chapter, what you have learned in previous classes. In previous class, you have already learned about cells and their structures briefly. Okay. You have also learned about discovery of cells, its cells, its size and shape, and about unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay. Also discuss about the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay. Let us recall some of the activities related to these aspects. For example, onion cells are nearly rectangular shape. Okay, onion cells nearly rectangular shape. While the cheek cells are circular in shape. The cheek cells are circular in shape. Okay, primarily cells are studied under the microscope. When we observe the cell, a compound microscope, we can see some parts like cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, chloroplast and the mitochondria and some more parts we can see in under the microscope. Okay, next topic is typical cell. Important part is a typical cell. All the organelles shown in the typical plant or animal cell will not exist in every cell. For example, chloroplast are always shown in the typical plant cell. Yet all the plant cells do not have chloroplast. All the plant cells do not have chloroplasts. Mainly, they are mostly found in the cells of green leaves, tender stems, etc. The organelles that features in most of the cells are included in this model. The typical cell provides a way to study cells. The typical cells provides a way to study cells. Once we arrive at such a model, we can compare any cells with it. We can compare any cells with it. Okay. Observe the diagram of typical plant cell and animal cell. All of you observe what parts are they and what are the differences and what are the similarities. Okay. Are you observe the diagrams of typical plant cell and animal cell? Okay. Cell membrane. Next, another part, cell membrane or plasma membrane. In your earlier classes, you have already studied that cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is the cover of the animal cell. Which is cover of the animal cell? Cell membrane is the covering of the animal cell. But in plant cell there is another layer present over the cell membrane known as a cell wall. In the plants presents cell wall. In animal cell present a cell membrane. Okay. However, we can observe the structure of cell membrane only through an electron microscope. Only we can see through the electron microscope. Cell membrane is flexible and it is made up of mainly lipids and proteins. The cell membrane is made up of mainly lipids and proteins. The cell membrane is the outermost layer of the cell that separates cytoplasm from the external environment. The cell membrane is the outermost layer of the cell that separates cytoplasm from external environment. This is also known as a plasma membrane. This is also known as plasma membrane. Next, cell membrane uses. What are the uses of cell membrane? The cell membrane defines the shape and size of the cell. The cell membrane defines the shape and size of the cell, encloses the cytoplasm and protects it from the external environment. It protects from the external environment. Okay, which is known as the plasma membrane, cytoplasm, cell membrane. The cell membrane is known as plasma membrane. Okay, next the cell membrane plays a crucial role in maintaining balance. The cell membrane plays a crucial role in maintaining balance. Any substance entering or leaving the cell can do so only through this membrane. It is known as selective permeable membrane. It is known as selective permeable membrane. The uniqueness of this membrane lies in the fact that it does not allow every substance to pass through it. That does not allow every substance to pass through it. The exchange of substance through this cell membrane happens very selectable. Hence it is known as selective permeable membrane. It is known as selective permeable membrane. These characteristics of the membrane enables it to control the exchange of substances between the cell and its external environment. Okay, to control the exchange of substances between the cell and its external environment. Okay, next under part is cell wall. Next under part is cell wall. While the cell membrane acts as the outer layer in animal cells. While the cell membrane acts as the outer layer in the animal cells, but in plant cells there is an extra layer mainly of cellulose outside the cell membrane, which is known as cell wall. Which is known as cell wall. This is considered to be one of the major difference between a plant and animal cell. Which is major difference between a plant and animal cell? The cell wall is considered to be one of the major differences between a plant and animal cells. Okay. The cell wall is tough. The cell wall is tough but flexible porous layer that leads a different shape unto the cell protection. It's give the different shape and to the cell protection. Okay. It is considered to be one of the most significant part of the cell that continuously exchanging information other cells during growth and development. Other cells growth and development. Okay, what is the role of the cell wall in plant cell? It exerts an inward wall pressure. It exerts an inward wall pressure to resist the outward pressure exerted by the cell sap. Okay, what is the role of cell wall in plant cell? It exerts an inward wall pressure to resist the outward pressure exerted by the cell shaft. Okay, next another topic is nucleus. Next another topic is nucleus. This nucleus we can understand, we do one lab activity. First we'll discuss aim. To observe the nucleus in cheek cells. To observe the nucleus in cheek cell. Next, material required. What are the material required? A toothpick or ice cream spoon or spatula. Next, glass slide. Next, cover slip. Next, watch glass. Next, needle. Next, blotting paper. Next, 1% methylene blue. Normal saline. Glycerin. Microscope, etc. Next, procedure. Wash your mouth and scrape a little of the internal lining of your cheek inside your mouth. First, we wash your mouth and scrape a little of the internal lining of your cheek inside your mouth with a clean toothpick or a spatula or ice cream spoon. Next, place the scrap in a watch glass containing a very small quantity of normal saline. Then place the material on a glass slide. Put a drop of methylene blue and wait for 2 minutes. Next, wipe off the extra stain with a fine cloth or blotting paper. Wipe off the extra stain with a fine cloth or blotting paper. Next, put a drop of glycerin over it. Place a cover slip. Tap the cover slip with the blunt end of needle so as to spread the cell. Okay, spread the cell. Next, precautions. Do not scrap the cheek too hard as may injure you. Do not scrap the cheek too hard as may injure you. Scrapped material should be spread uniformly on the slide. Excess stains should be drained off. There should be no air bubbles on the cover slip. Okay, these are precautions. Next, observe. We observe dark colored dot in cells. This is nucleus. This is the nucleus. It was named by Robert Brown. The nucleus was named by Robert Brown in the year 1831. Brown had no idea about its function. This is the important organelle of the cell. This is also known as the cell control room. Which is also known as the cell control room? Nucleus. Nucleus known as the cell control room. Which is important organelle of the cell? Nucleus is the important organelle of the cell. This is also known as the cell control room. Which is also known as cell control room? Nucleus. Nucleus is the is known as cell control room. The nucleus is the largest and most distinct of all cell organelles. Okay, Sladen, who was one of the proponent of cell theory, thought that new cells were created from the nucleus, and he called it as cytoblast. Next, bearing a few experiments, almost all eukaryotes cell have a nucleus. Almost all eukaryotic cells have a nucleus. Red blood cells in some mammals and phloem sleeves tube in plants are an example of cells that does not have a nucleus. Okay, which cells does not have a nucleus? Red blood cell in some animals, some mammals, and phloem of seed tube in a plant. Even these cells do have nucleus in the beginning, but even these cells do have nucleus in the beginning, but it is later thrown out of the cells and destroyed. Destroyed. The next, the membrane that encloses the nucleus and separates it from centers of cytoplasm is known as the nuclear membrane. This is very similar to cell membrane. Which is similar to cell membrane? Nuclear membrane is similar to cell membrane. Almost the enteric gastric material of the cell is found in the nucleus. Okay. Almost the entire genetic material of the cell is found in the nucleus. Entire genetic material present in a nucleus. On the basis of the presence or absence of the organized nucleus, cells are two types: prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells. Okay, first one, prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells. Cells that do not have a nuclear membrane bound nuclear material are called prokaryotic cells. Okay, prokaryotic cells. Cells that do not have a nuclear membrane bound. The nuclear membrane bound do not have. This is called prokaryotic cell. Okay. What is prokaryotic cells? The cells that do not have a nuclear membrane bond nuclear material are called prokaryotic cells. Examples of these: cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, etc. Next, eukaryotic cells. Cells that contain a membrane-bound nucleus are called eukaryotic cells. The cells that contain a membrane-bound nucleus are called eukaryotic cell. Okay, what is eukaryotic cell? The cells that contain a membrane-bound nucleus are called eukaryotic cell. Okay, are you understand what are the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells? Okay, next another part is cytoplasm. Next another part is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like structure. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like structure which enclosed by the cell membrane. Which enclosed by the cell membrane. It contains many cell organelles. The cytoplasm contains many cell organelles. Each organelle in the cytoplasm performs specific functions for the cell. Cell organelles also enclosed by membrane. Cell organelles also enclosed by membrane, but prokaryotes doesn't contain membrane bound organelles and nucleus except ribosomes. Except ribosomes. Okay. Next, another topic is protoplasm versus cytoplasm. The fluid in the cell of eukaryotes is called cytoplasm. The fluid in the cells of eukaryotes is called cytoplasm. Okay. Next, cytoplasm and nucleoplasm present in eukaryotes. Cytoplasm and nucleoplasm present in eukaryotes, but in prokaryotes, no nucleus present. In prokaryotes, no nucleus present. That's why there is no difference between cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. Both mixed as protoplasm. Both cytoplasm and nucleoplasm are both mixed as in protoplasm. Next, we will discuss about cell organelles. Okay, now we will discuss about some important cell organelles like mitochondria, plastids, next and ribosomes, next endoplasmic reticulum, next Golgi apparatus, next lysosomes, next and vacuoles, etc. They are important. These are very important because they can carry out very crucial functions in the cells. They are carry crucial functions in the cell. First of all, we will discuss about mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria are small spherical cylindrical organelles. Mitochondria are small spherical cylindrical organelles. They are present in cytoplasm. The mitochondria is present in cytoplasm. Okay. Mitochondria length 2 to 8 microns. Mitochondria length is 2 to 8 microns. Width 0.5 microns. Okay. Mitochondria is about 150 times smaller than nucleus. Mitochondria is about 150 times smaller than nucleus. Each cell contains 100 to 150 mitochondria. Each cell contains 100 to 150 mitochondria. When we see under the microscope, these appear as oval or cylindrical dots. In the cell, if contains inner membrane and outer membrane. Inner membrane and outer membrane, cristae and matrix. Next, these are called cristae. Inner membrane of mitochondria which contain folds called cristae. Okay. How many mitochondria present in each cell? 100 to 150. What is cristae? Inner membrane which contain folds called cristae. The mitochondria's inner membrane which contain folds called cristae. Next, mitochondria participate in cellular respiration. Mitochondria participate in cellular respiration and produce energy to do what? Produce energy. So we are called mitochondria is powerhouse of the cell. Okay. Mitochondria participate in cellular respiration and produce energy. So we can call Mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. Produced energy stored in the form of ATP in matrix. Produce energy stored in the form of ATP in matrix. Okay. Which is known as powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria. Mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. Why mitochondria is as powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria participate in cellular respiration and produce energy. So, mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. Where energy is stored in mitochondria? Energy stored in matrix in the form of ATP. Okay, are you understand, ma? Next, another part is plastids. Plastids are the organelles which are present in only plants and blue-green algae. Okay. Plastids we can divide into three parts, three types. First one, chromoplast. Second one, chloroplast. Third one, leucoplast. First one is chromoplast. They are colored plastids. Which are colored plastids? Chromoplasts are colored plastids. Next, chloroplasts. These are green in color. Which are green in color? Chloroplasts are green in color. Next, leucoplasts. These are colorless plastids. Which are colorless plastids? Leucoplastids. Okay, what are the type of plastids? There are three types of plastids: chromoplast, chloroplast, and then leucoplastids. Okay. Now we will discuss about chloroplast. Okay. Next point is a very crucial role in plant cell. Okay. Chloroplast present in green plants and some algae. Okay. They are different in shapes. They are different in shapes like a disc, oval. Okay. And in algae, chloroplast appears as a ladder, stars, spiral, or reticulate. In algae, chloroplast appears ladder, stars, spiral, or reticulate. The diameter of the chloroplast in higher plant between 4 to 10 microns. 4 to 10 microns. What is the color of the chloroplast? Green in color. What is the diameter of the chloroplast in plant? 4 to 10 microns. Okay. Chloroplast participate in photosynthesis and helps to produce food in plants. Chloroplasts participate in photosynthesis and produce food in plants. Okay. Chloroplast can trap the solar energy when photosynthesis happens in plants. Okay. Number of chloroplasts in plants are 50 to 200. Okay. Number of plastids in plants are 50 to 200. How many chloroplasts present in plant? 50 to 200. Okay, do you understand, ma? Okay, next, another part is ribosomes. Ribosomes, small granule-like structures present in the cytoplasm are called ribosomes. Okay, what is ribosomes? Small granule-like structures present in the cytoplasm are called ribosomes. They are small granule-like structure. They are formed of RNA proteins. They are formed of RNA proteins. There are two types of. The ribosomes are two types. One is free ribosomes. Second one is attached ribosomes. Free ribosomes presence freely in cytoplasm. Attached ribosomes are as the surface of rough endocrine system, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, attached ribosomes are on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. Ribosomes are protein synthesis. Okay, understand now? What is next? Another part is endoplasmic reticulum. Another part is endoplasmic reticulum. We can observe endoplasmic reticulum under compound microscope. These are network of membranous in cytoplasm. These are membranous network of membranous in cytoplasm. This network create passages within the cytoplasm. This network create passages within the cytoplasm. For the transport of substances, it helps in transportation of substances in the cell. It helps transportation of the cell, substance in the cell. This network of membrane is called endoplasmic reticulum. This contains membrane bonds, tubes and sheets on endoplasmic reticulum. These endoplasmic reticulums are two types. Okay, ribosomes present, ribosomes absent. If ribosomes are present on endoplasmic reticulum, that is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, if the ribosomes are present on endoplasmic reticulum, that is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Next, main function of this rough endoplasmic reticulum is protein synthesis. This rough endoplasmic reticulum is protein synthesis. Next, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. If endoplasmic reticulum does not contain any ribosomes, that is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, if endoplasmic reticulum does not contain ribosomes, that is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, it helps in producing of fat molecules. It helps in producing of fat molecules. Next, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in manufacture of cell membrane by producing proteins and lipids. By producing proteins and lipids. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum plays an important role in detoxifying many poisonous and drugs. Okay, smooth endoplasmic reticulum plays important role destroying many poisonous and drugs. Okay, next. Now another topic is Golgi complex. Another topic is Golgi complex. The organelle Golgi complex discovered by Carmelo Golgi in the year 1898. Who discovered Golgi complex? The Carmelo Golgi discovered Golgi complex in 1898. By using compound microscope, the organelle is made up of several membranes which create sac-like structure, and on many fluid-filled vessels and contain many fluid-filled vessels. Proteins and other substances are present by ribosomes, reaches Golgi's complex through these. The main function of the Golgi body is packing up the substance before transported to other of the cell. Okay. The main function of Golgi body is packing of substances before transported to other parts of the cell. What are the main function of Golgi complex? The main function of Golgi complex is packing of substances before transported to other parts of cell. Okay. Next, another part is lysosomes. The lysosomes are the organelles which present in the cytoplasm. The lysosomes are the organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. They can release enzymes in the cell. They can release enzymes in the cell, and they destroy the foreign germs. When foreign germs enter into the cell, they destroy, burst, and release enzymes to digest in the cell. So, lysosomes are known as suicidal bags of the cell. Okay. Lysosomes are the organelles which present in the cytoplasm. They can release enzymes in the cell. But they did not damage the cell. And they destroy the foreign germs. Okay. How? When foreign germs enter into the cell, they destroy, burst, and release enzymes to digest in the cell. So, lysosomes are known as the suicidal bags of the cell. Okay. Why lysosomes are as suicidal bags of the cell? When foreign germs or microorganisms enter into the cell, they burst themselves and release enzymes to kill that microorganisms. Okay, burst themselves and release enzymes to kill that microorganisms. So, we are calling as suicidal bags of the cell. Okay, which organelle release enzymes? Lysosomes. Okay, next, another part is vacuoles. Empty spaces present in the cell are called vacuoles. Okay, empty space are present in the cell are called vacuoles. These are fluid filled sac-like structure. Vacuoles are small in animals, but in plants they are big. The vacuoles are small in animals, but plants they are big. Next, they export unwanted substance from the cell. The vacuoles export unwanted substance from the cell. Okay. Next, are cell flat? Cells are not flat. They are three-dimensional structure. The cells are three-dimensional structures. They contain length, width, thickness. The cells contain length, width, thickness. So we can observe them clearly if you reduce the intensity of light as well. Okay. Next, another topic is where do cells come from? Where do cells come from? All living beings made up of cells, and each cell has nucleus. All of you know what the cells, all the cells has a nucleus, some exemption. Around 1838 to 1839, Sladen and Swan proposed cell theory. Who are proposed cell theory? Sladen and Swan proposed cell theory. Sladen was botanist. Swan was zoologist. They said through cell theory. Cells are present in plants and animals. All living cells arised pre-existing cells. All living cells arised from pre-existing cells. All living organisms are composed of cells and products of cells. Composed of cells and products of cells. In the year 1855, Rudolf Virchow explained cells produced by cell division. In the year 1855, Rudolf Virchow explained cell produced by cell division. Who discovered cell division? In which year? In the year 1855, Rudolf Virchow explained cell produced by cell division. Who and when cell theory proposed? In 1838 to 39, Swan and Sladen proposed cell theory. Sladen and Swan proposed cell theory. Okay. What are the features of cell theory? The features of the cell theory are all cells made up of pre-existing cells. All cells made up of pre-existing cells. Okay. All living organisms are living organisms produced by cells and its products. All living organisms produced by cells and its products. Assignment. First one, lysosomes are known as suicidal bags of the cell. Why? Lysosomes are known as suicidal bags of the cell. Why? Next one, cell is the basic unit of life. Explain the statement. Cell is the basic unit of life. Explain the statement. Next, third one, draw the typical animal cell and label its parts. Draw the typical animal cell and label its parts. Next, fourth one, explain the structure of nucleus. Explain the structure of nucleus.